What's up? What's up? Are we crispy? What's going on? It says almost an hour late. The Xbox. Hey man, this was not a regularly scheduled broadcast. What's up, everybody? I'm looking on this side because this is where I have the chat on a different screen. Hey, I want to say to everybody right now, Happy New Year's. What's going on? My friends, my family, my fellow gamers, of course, you know who I am. Puerto77, your only friend in these YouTube streets. And I need to know, are we crispy? Are we good? You know, I want to first start off letting you guys all know, hey, I hope you guys, as you're listening, you're in the best of health, you and your family. I hope you all had a great Christmas with friends and relatives, and I hope, you know, everything went well. For some of you, you know, if things didn't go so well, maybe it's not the Christmas you expected. You know, maybe 2022 is not ending the way you would have liked. That's okay. You know what I'm saying? Keep your head up, stay strong. The good thing, know that there's always a chance for new opportunity. You know, new success, new blessings. That's what you gotta stay focused on. Stay focused on the tomorrow. Know that tomorrow's coming, and that means it's one more day to change things around, to get things better, you know, for yourself in a different direction. Don't dwell on a bad year. You know, don't dwell on it too much. Always move forward. Left foot in front of the right foot in front of the left foot. Just keep marching, and make better decisions, or give yourself better opportunities for your own success, and make 2023 the year that you want, that 2022 didn't. You know, overall, you know, everybody here has a new opportunity for tomorrow, right? For today, my plan is I'm just staying home, just relaxing. The days of going out, partying up, probably haven't done that in years. It's just this is just one of the years where I'm just thankful for everything, and I just want to have a quiet New Year's. You know, my wife's cooking up some good food. Got my daughter here. It's just pretty much, we just want to decompress on the final days of 2022. It's been a pretty slow day. Robin Vega Batista. Yo, bro, ¿de qué pueblo tú eres de PR? Yo no nací en Puerto Rico, yo nací en Nueva York. Mi familia, mi mamá y mi papá de Puerto Rico. Mi mamá de Santurce y mi papá de Tua Baja. What I said in Spanish was, someone was asking me what part of Puerto Rico I'm from. I personally was born in Brooklyn, New York. My parents was born in Puerto Rico. But what's up, Rob Vega Batista? Glad you're here, bro. So let's talk about there's certain things. The first topic: Christmas video game pranks are stupid. Craig, the tech guy. Happy New Year, brother. Happy New Year's to everybody. You know. So there's a lot of, you know, just like anything, there's good and bad for everything, right? This time of year, especially this year, man, I was enjoying many of the videos that pertain to like the kids opening up their gifts, right? Even some, you know, teenagers, adults, opening up their Christmas gifts, particularly with video games. Whether it's a PS5 or an Xbox, I'll be honest, I really enjoy those videos, man. It's just do, right? In particular, like if it was a gift they didn't expect, and you see them like ball out and crying, right? And I could relate to that because I remember the Christmas I got the Sega Master System, right? It was, you know, it was one of those it was a platform that I wanted, but I honestly didn't think I was gonna get. So I never really asked my parents for it. You know, they kind of knew. Oh shit, Alfonso Carter. P-Rock, I speak to you every time I listen to your podcast, but you never acknowledge my presence. Whoa. I am sorry. My bad, Alfonso. I am so sorry, Alfonso. Oh, snap. I apologize, my brother. I apologize. I tried my best to, engage in guys out here, Xbox for life. Man, if you don't get your ass out this chat, what's up? But hey, Alfonso, man, I'm sorry, my brother. I'm sorry, brother. You know what I'm saying? Oh, shit. Well, shout out to Alfonso Carter. Oh, Sean. Hey, chat, you better acknowledge his presence, bro. Oh, yo, we ending the year. We ending the year crazy. But thank you so much, man. I'm glad that you enjoy the content, man. I really appreciate it. But back to what I was saying. So I remember that Christmas when I got my Sega Master System. Mostly everybody had Nintendo at that time, which was a great system. I was loving it. But I enjoyed during that time was going to the arcades, and if you've been around long enough, you would know that Sega, man, when it came to the arcades, they dominated. Like, they had a lot of arcade games. So my love for the arcade games was what made me want to get a Master System, because it was easily translatable, right? And that was what I wanted, right? But I didn't think. My man Gas says Xbox community acknowledges you, Alfonso. Shout out to Gas. But does Xbox community acknowledge games? All right. That's what we need to know. Do you acknowledge Xbox got no games? No, I'm playing. So I'm seeing these videos, right? So really wanted a Master System. I still, when you get older, you start to lose your memory on your really young age. There's only certain things you can remember when you're 5 years old, 6 years old, 7, and it's probably some of the most impactful moments in your life, whether it's positive or negative, but everything blind in between, you just forget, right? You forget all the little things in between, right? The Master System was one of those impactful moments, right? Because I didn't ask my parents for it, because I knew, I'm not going to get this. It's just, shit, we get McDonald's with food stamps and shit like that. The fuck are we gonna get a video game for? At that time we still had a black and white TV, with the rotary knobs on it, right? So that should tell you everything, right? So whatever. So other people got, so other people got their, Nintendo and stuff like that, and I'm like, whatever, right? But I remember it wasn't even on the tree, because you could tell from the shape of the box. I saw all the shapes in the box and stuff, and it was what I expected. Clothes, maybe some toys. At the time, He-Man and stuff like that. And yes, you heard me right, He-Man. As a kid, I was a big He-Man fan. He-Man and Thundercats. Oh my god. What's funny? A lot of other kids was Transformers and G.I. Joe, right? Voltron, I think, was equal, but, you had your Transformers and G.I. Joe, which I had those toys. But He-Man and Thundercats were like my go-to toys. Bruh, those were my toys, bro. He-Man and He-Man above all of them. He-Man was life for me, bro. Out of all the toys that people collect, He-Man was by far my biggest collection of toys ever. I had Castle Grayskull. I will save up for that. I had the little bird eagle plane with the handle that you could attach it to Castle Grayskull. I had this alligator looking thing, right, that had 6 slots, and you can actually put 12 characters, and then I'm serious, I had all of that. I had the He-Man with the chest where you punch it, it will show damage. Oh my god, I had the rock guy. I had almost entire collections of He-Man. I had pretty much the Masters of the Universe in my house. That was, I don't know why I just went off on a tangent by mentioning He-Man. But anyway, so Christmas comes, I open up, I got some He-Mans, and I was happy. When I saw He-Man stuff, I think that was, I can't remember exactly, but I seen some stuff, I was happy. Got some Thundercats, fire. I was like, this was the best Christmas ever, right? I remember my dad, right? After the gift wrapping, I was like, cool. Opened up my gift wrapping and unboxed the thing. I started playing my He-Man, right? Then I hear my dad and my mom not really argue. They weren't really argue, but my dad was annoyed. And he was annoyed because he had to fix something, right? And my dad's like, ahora que arreglar esta mierda, bro. He's like, I said in Spanish, now I gotta fix this bullshit. So he wasn't really arguing with my mom. He was just, when you're annoyed, like when you got work to do on Christmas, like who the hell works on Christmas, right? Meanwhile, this wasn't even Christmas. This was Christmas Eve. Because that's how Latino families does. Christmas is on Christmas Eve. Christmas is just recover from Christmas. We have it backwards, right? So anyway, so he's pissed off. It's at night. He's like, I gotta get this. So he tells me, calls me, right, to go in the closet and look for his tool bag while he gets ready to take care of this. And I'm playing. Now, back in those days, you didn't talk back to your parents like they do now, like the millennials. You don't tell your parents you busy. I don't know. Yo, you kids today, you got it. Because you are not busy. Unless you're doing homework, which my parents knew not to interrupt me when I was doing homework. They saw me homework, they see me studying, they left me alone no matter what. They always, and that's what showed me that school was important. Because that was really the only time that I was not bothered. They didn't bother me for nothing. As soon as I opened up my school bag and pulled out the books, it didn't matter. They never said, hey, go to the store. Go here, go get this. They went, just got it. They left me alone for that time period I was doing school. But as soon as that math book or whatever went like this, that's it. I'm back on the clock. Go to this store. Go here. Go get that. Go get this. Forget it. I had no time now at that point. So that kind of encouraged me. Not encouraged, but that kind of showed me how important education was, right? But I'm playing with my new toys. I'm saving the galaxy from Skeletor and his new assortment of evil henchmen. And I'm like, no. Obviously, He-Man beat everybody up. No matter how many bad guys I had, he would always beat up everybody. Well, it's funny. I had Man-at-Arms. I had all the other supporting cast. I would never use them. In fact, those guys were the guys that die. And I'd be like, He-Man comes in and just whoops everybody's ass, right? It's funny, right? The shit you do as a kid, right? So I'm playing. I'm loving the toys. I'm having a ball for Christmas. And my dad's like, oh, go get the tools and the thing. Of course, in my mind, I'm a millennial. Being a millennial is here at those times. In my mind, I'm picturing, I'm busy. I'm trying to save Eternia. Alright? You go get you're like 2 feet from the closet. The hell's wrong with you? I'm all the way in the back of the room. I have to walk across 3 rooms to go to the closet. You literally right there. What's wrong with you, bro? That's what's happening in my mind. All that scenario is in the head. What's actually happening in real life is I'm getting up and I'm walking 3 rooms and I'm going to the closet. That's what's actually happening, right? Right? So Payback, I know I'm right now celebrating Christmas in PR. You know how good festivities are there. When was the last time you did it? Man, I haven't been there in years, Franco Tech. God, yes, celebrating Christmas is wonderful in Puerto Rico. God, you guys have it good. Man, felicidades, bro. Feliz Nuevo Año. Happy New Year's to you guys. So just wait. Let me show him this. Grow up in an Asian household, you get extra homework. That's your... Let's see. Grow up in an Asian household and see how much extra homework your parents give you. That's what you get for Christmas? Math books? Oh, shit. But anyway, so he tells me in Spanish, go to the closet, get his tool bags. We're going to have to put the fight on Eternia on pause, right? So we're going to do that for a little bit. So then I go in, and I go in the closet. So I open the closet, I move some stuff over, right? Right? And I see this other Christmas box, right? And I'm like, so I'm looking, I'm like, Ma. And I told him in Spanish, mira, hay otro regalo. I'm saying in Spanish, like, there's another gift here. Who's it for? Had no name. And my dad's like, otro regalo. He's like confused. He's like, another gift. And Chassis, my mom was like, maybe that's the gift for your nephew? And my dad's like, no, I already gave him this gift. I bought that yesterday. And she's like, is it for my nieces or whatever? He goes, no, we did that yesterday. They're like, all the gifts are gone. Like, and they're looking at the box. They're like, They're all confused. They're shaking it, and they're confused. And then my dad's like, I don't even recognize the wrapping paper, which is true because this one had unique wrapping paper. I tell all the wrapping paper, right? You can see all the wrapping paper, whatever, and who wrapped it, right? But this was like a unique one, and I'm confused, right? And I'm like, I don't know what it is, right? And then you just tell me, just open it, and then we'll know who it is, and then we'll just rewrap it to figure it out. I'm like, all right. So I'm like, all right, I open it up. Yo, when I unwrapped it, I was like, yo, I bawled out crying, bro. Because I was already an hour into playing the He-Man toys, and I was happy. I was like, yo, this is a great Christmas, man. I can't wait to tell my cousin friends all the toys I got and shit like that. When I saw that Master System, yo, it was like, wow, bro. That shit, yo, I could even feel myself right now how I felt that day. It was just a bland shock. It was just ultimate shock. It was like, I couldn't even speak. Yo, I think that's why I ended up crying, because I think that was the only emotion that I was able to do. Yo, I bawled out crying. Yo, maybe for like an hour. I didn't even open the damn thing. Yo, I couldn't. I just couldn't just believe it. It's like, it's here in the house. I have a Sega Master System in my house, bro. Yo, it was crazy. It was insane, the joy I had that day, bro. I'll be honest. Not since that day. And I had, like, video game consoles. I ended up getting the Genesis over another Christmas. TurboGrafx 16, I think, for my birthday or something like that. And then since then, Super Nintendo. And so it was normal. It just became normal. Sega CD, all that stuff, right? But that Master System was probably the most unique moment in my gaming ownership, period. Not that I have yet to get that feeling just simply can't be replicated on that day. It was just a shock. It was just crazy, right? So I care. So when I see these videos on TikTok, and shout out to Alfonso Carter, welcome to the 60 Frames No Lag family. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much for joining. 2023 is gonna be big. Thank you for being a part of it. Good things is coming in 2023, man. My Corey B says, yo, bring back the CSAs. Well, CSAs wasn't me. But for all of you who aren't aware, pay attention to King Thrash. A lot of us, he is going to do, we're all putting together an award show, actually. In fact, he already pushed out the links. I'll ask him to push out all the links again if you haven't participated, but we pushed out the links to put in your votes for the nominees. Many of us across the community, and we're talking across the community, Nintendo, Xbox, you'll be surprised of all the group effort we put into it, into getting this together. It's all based on our own time. We did it on our own time and together. Many of us, we did our videos to say, hey, and the nominees are blah, 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 blah. And then we provided videos to King Thrash so he can edit it. The winners will be done once the votes tallies are over, right? Once the polls are closed out. So if you haven't voted, vote. If you haven't voted, you don't want to go to, I'll make sure that the links get posted out again. But it's going to be 100% based on your votes on who wins these categories. Once all that is done, King Thrash will go live and he'll do the award show, and it's gonna be a good time for you guys. It's just something we all came together as a community, and you'll be surprised all the people who are participating in this. We all came together. We put console differences aside, philosophies, bullshit, whatever. All that shit got put to the side to try to get this going, man. So stay tuned and check it out if you haven't voted. Back to what I was saying. So I can relate to a lot of people, just the joy of getting these consoles, right? And some of this stuff is just like, especially when you see the kids, man. Like you see adults, and it's amazing how happy the adults are. Man, that's amazing how far gaming has gone, right? We went from where adults playing video games seemed like losers and a waste of time, to now adults are just, that's what they wanted for Christmas gifts, and it's adults being happy. But the ones that really pull on your heartstrings are the kids, man. God, I love just watching kids be so happy, just getting whatever, you know, console they wanted, man. Some of them are so happy that, again, the only emotion left to express what you wanted was tears. Just crying.
PS5!
Oh my
God! Oh my God! I wanted a PC! I want PC! I don't like this! What?
So that's those videos are amazing, right? And then you run into the goddamn parents who put cloud chasing on social media before that key moment. And I don't think these dumbass parents understand that key moment, you're only going to get it once, right? You're only going to get that moment once. Like, you can't replicate it, right? That initial shock of getting something you didn't expect to get, you're never going to see that if you ruin it, right? And you got these dumbass parents that ruin a potential opportunity just so they can have a laugh on social media at their kids' expense. And then these dumbass parents have the nerve to call their kids ungrateful when they purposely created this scenario, to get a negative reaction from their kids so they can laugh and have strangers on the internet laugh at them. Yo, that shit boils my blood, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I hate those videos, right? There was one video I saw where the kid, you know, it was a PS5 box, and he was so he was so happy, bro. It was two kids. They were so happy, and then they opened it and they pulled out a PlayStation 4, or used PlayStation 4. And this was recorded and put on TikTok. And then the kid, like I said, when you have this pivotal moment, your emotions just of happiness, it just takes over. That's why you see kids cry. That's why you see sometimes people cry out of happiness, right? Because the overwhelming happiness, you know, it's like the birth of a child, you know, or people getting married. The overwhelming occasion of happiness is so overwhelming that at a certain point, a smile can't, how would you say, represent what you're feeling. So the only thing left is tears. That's how you release the energy, the emotion, you know, cry out of happiness, because it's just overwhelming. So when these kids saw the PS5, they were just overwhelmed at what they thought they couldn't get. And when they opened the box and pulled out a used PS4, one kid's like, he knew that it was a prank. And then the other kid, he just stood there in shock. Like, he was just, you saw for 5 seconds, he was just still. I can't even imagine what he's going through, what they did. And he just, out of anger, just threw this shit. And then the parent has the nerve, oh, what the hell's wrong with you? Like, no, what's wrong with you? Like, do you understand what you did? You took a moment that could have been one of the most memorable occasions those kids will remember. Just like how I remember the Master System. It's going to be one of the most critical, amazing moments in their life, right? And you decided to take that moment and turned it into a joke. And for who? To entertain strangers on the internet. So you can get a like. So you could go on TikTok and get in the comments and have a conversation on what you did to your own kids. Yo, this shit is wild, bro. Like, and they wonder why kids may not respect their parents as much. Like, why would you try to use a scenario to clown your kids or to make your kids feel negative? it's gonna feel a negative impact because that's the whole prank behind it, right? You pretend to make them be happy, and they realize they didn't get, so they can look and feel like shit. And you want to record that moment of them feeling like shit and their reaction. And then he has the nerve to smile when they pull the PS4. He has the goddamn nerve to smile. What the fuck are you smiling at? Yo. And then he got mad because they threw the PS4. What did you think was going to happen? You think they're going to be like, thank you, sir. May I have another? Are you a fucking idiot? Yo, that video, I'll be honest, that video pissed me off. I'm like, this dumb motherfucker. Like, fuck you, bro. You can't say those kids are ungrateful. Like, you literally took the opportunity to try to make them feel like shit so you can record it and upload it on TikTok in hopes that other people can laugh at them with you. That's the Christmas. On Christmas. That's the plan. Bro, I would never. Bro, like, yo, time and place, brother, man. And Christmas is not, you don't mess with, yo, new rule. Don't chase clout on Christmas. That's the new rule starting 2023. My brother, Jimmy Harrison, Happy New Year's to you as well, brother. You know, wish you and your family the best, many blessings, 2023. But can we start that new rule? Do not support content creators that use their own family members for clout chasing. Now, the practical jokes that you see on a daily basis, because that's the content they create, I seen those family and that's funny. But Christmas, birthdays, Christmas and birthdays, those are days off from pranks. Don't chase clout. Don't chase clout on children on those days. Don't even do it to your spouse or to your husband. Leave birthdays and Christmas alone. Just leave it alone. Got 365 days out of the year. 2 of them, you can set it aside. And just let those days be memorable. And that's it. You'll be fine. You know, do jokes on January 9th or something. Like, pick another day to do a prank, right? It's just, that's the new rule, right? And I'm going to say, man, it's just terrible. But I want to say shout out to the parents that didn't play around, you know, that they still did their TikToks. They still did their, they still did videos, but they showed everyone, they showed, the happiness, the joy, the tears, you know, the stuff that pulls your heartstrings, man. And I was really happy, man. You know, it's just crazy, as you get older, you start enjoying other people being happy more than yourself. You know, it does that. In the beginning, you're younger, and you just enjoy what you get out of life, and then at a certain point, it transitions, and you really
open something. You forgot to open it.
Look at this. See, this is what it's about right here. You see, look. Let me share a video. Let me show you. This is what it's about, man. Let me share my video. Let me share my screen. All right. I know there's like a little delay, right? Okay. No, let's give it like 5 seconds. Loud is loud. Good. It's loud as fuck. If you're wearing headphones, okay. Everybody sees the Twitter screen. I know there's like a 5-10 second lag delay. Just want to make sure everybody's caught up before I play the video. Twitter's usually like 10 seconds behind from when I'm talking, whatever. So everybody should be up, okay. You know what I'm saying? In terms of gifts, man, Gabe, don't get all pagan on me and stuff. I see your tweets. I'm talking about the gift giving part.
Open something. You forgot to open it.
Just That's what you do. You can barely take off the cake.
Right, pick your head up.
You know what I'm saying? That's what you do, man. That's what you do. That's how to do it, man. You don't mess with these kids and play jokes, man. You don't do that, man. Yeah, just wait a second. He's so happy. I seen Xbox videos too. Whatever console they wanted. I seen ones with PC. They were so happy they got a PC. 8-year-old kid, 9-year-old kids got a gaming PC. I was like, yo, like good on the parents. Yo, it's crazy. You got 9-year-olds with 3080s and 4090s. Yo, tell me that's not wow. And they were just as happy. But that's what it's about, man. And to take that moment and change it to something dark, so you can just provide some type of humor between dope. My man Gabe, why post any of it on social media? Me personally, I wish we had social media. Because think about it. That kid will always have that moment forever. He will always be able to see it. He could show his kids. My moment with the Master System, that shit is up here. We didn't have a camcorder back then. And if it was a VHS. It would have been a VHS or a beta. And that's it. But that moment is up here. That's it. I don't even think even my parents remember that moment. Or at least my dad don't remember that moment. There's very few people that remembers that moment. And that's just it, man. But that would have been an amazing moment for me to capture. So that kid captured that moment, and it's just there. So I would say that's one thing about social media and all that stuff. A lot of people are recording their moments in life, and that's amazing. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. But man, that's just good stuff, man. But the parents that be doing the most, like, bro, man, like, come on now. And stuff like that, and it's true, you can record a video and not post it, but, people like to share their good, and I don't mind people sharing their moments on post. That's a good thing to share, be honest. The world could use more of that, but no, people want to chase the clout. It's just terrible. It's just absolutely abysmal, bro, especially when you're ruining a kid's moment, bro. That's just pathetic, right? But anyway, let's talk about the next topic, man. What are we talking about? We got, hey, thank you so much for, if you're coming through, thank you so much. Please hit the like button and retweet this out. You said console, I thought you said cold. Oh shit. I don't know. Let's talk about how you got these dudes, these Xbox fanboys, they out here calling for the head of Lina Khan, bro. Look at this stuff, man. Let me share my screen. Look at this craziness, bro. I know y'all seen this, but yo, like, we overdoing it now. Like, you guys, like, I understand as content creators, there's a level of conversation we're gonna take. There's a level of assumptions. There's a level of, just whatever we can provide, opinions. We're gonna try to do it. But man, like, to actually try to go at people directly, like, yo, it's crazy. I remember the few times I seen PlayStation dudes just at the president, to stop the trade. And I thought that was weird, right? I was like, these guys really at the president? And I thought that was weird, right? I'm like, that's kind of weird, bro. Like, the president's not gonna listen to you. Like, why are you wasting? Like, that's just weird. But these dudes, like right here. So I'm sharing my screen, right? I think, yeah, I'm sharing my screen. Right. So Lina Khan, a couple of days ago, says, and she's talking in general, right? She didn't even mention Microsoft, but corporations sometimes try to convince FTC to back off from blocking a legal deal by making ESG commitments or swearing to use their powers for whatever they view as the greater good. Now, of course, this tweet was probably inspired by Microsoft. Like, oh my God, if we acquire Activision, we're gonna save the world. She probably heard that shit a billion times. And stuff like that, right? But like, you got these dudes. Like, look at this one. Italian Clowns says, Lina, I respect you for doing your job, but I think this is the wrong case. Oh, do you? Okay. Hey, that's it. Shut it down. I think there's many other cases the FTC should focus on. Crunchyroll, Funimation, Sony Pictures, Sony exclusive Spider-Man deals, cell phone companies, drugstore mergers, health and own pharmacies. So, Sony Spider-Man exclusive deal needs to be investigated by the FTC, but not a whole publisher worth $70 billion. Did you really think this coming through, bro? Yo. Yo. So, a whole acquisition of one of the largest publishers in gaming. Yeah, leave that alone. Oh, but man, that exclusive game for Spider-Man. Send in the Marines. Yo, I can't, bro, with these dudes. I can't. Like, yo. Yo. Yeah. God, man. 2022 is look at J-Dub. Look at J-Dub. Shout out to J-Dub. He said you can always trust a $2 trillion company to do what's right for consumers. Yo. Yo, shout out to J-Dub. He says, hey, always trust a $2 trillion company that has repeatedly broken regulations for decades. You can trust them. Oh, Wandering Dutch, he says, you don't even know your own laws. The guy from the Netherlands or Sweden. Yeah. He got... Yo. You're talking... A woman was a collegiate graduate who specializes in the... Yo, Somar said that you aren't even taking it to federal court. You don't actually have any factual argument, and you know you will lose this one. The fact you wasted even more time writing an op-ed instead of doing your job speaks volumes. Do your goddamn job, says the guys from the Netherlands. Joe Biden, hire this man right now. Oh. Oh, you found what on the web? Oh, shit. Man, Siri, you better mind your own business. Yo, my boy Tim Dog. Oh, I know Tim Dog for years. Lina, with all due respect. Listen, traditionally, whenever somebody starts out with all due respect, they're going to say some shit. You know some shit is coming. I learned in the professional world, never start out with the term, with all due respect, I'm going to disrespect you. Like, that's really what it means. That's not the way to go. So you know shit's coming. Notice. Oh, man. I mean, notice. Lina, with all due respect. Lina, I respect you for doing your job. At least, Wandering Dutch, I give you props. He said, man, screw the respect. You don't know what the hell you goddamn doing. Yo, said, what my boy Tim Dog said? He said, Lina, with all due respect, the facts don't uphold your argument in regarding to Activision MS. I don't have much faith in the process as it really does seem politically driven and not driven by law. Happy holidays. Oh, man. Look at that. You are not players. You don't know how the gaming world works. And yet you want to determine the fate of players. Before GP, the likes of Jim Ryan used to force us to buy games at a high price. Oh my God. The likes of Jim Ryan used to force us to buy games at high price, and this limits our purchasing power. Since Abdina GP become the player, he has options. Oh my God, we were forced to buy games. How dare you? How dare you? Before GP, we were in slavery, lashed, forgotten, beaten down. We were the lost. And then came a warrior known as Game Pass. And the prophecies of Phil Spencer showed us the true light in the heavenly kingdom of Microsoft. Yo! Boy, if you don't sit your ass down, like, what are we talking about here? Yo! Oh, God. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Let me see. Find it hard explaining how the ASP deal is illegal. You won't send it to federal court because you know it will be laughed out. Instead, you are using delay tactics and waste taxpayers' money. I'm no lawyer. Probably the smartest thing he said right there. But you're about to be shredded by MS lawyers. Hope it was worth it. MS lawyers gonna shred you. Oh, shit. But the role of FTC is to protect consumers and not competitors like Sony that you are doing. Yes. Didn't you see the memo? Sony acquired the FTC as part of the acquisitions process. Oh, here's another with all due respect. Here we go. Yeah, here we go again. We got another with all due respect. The goal of FTC is to protect consumers, not corporations. Somehow, some way, that aspect has been lost, and I hope that someday it will be found again. Oh my God. This is hilarious. I'm sorry, man. Here's the Xbox stench. Here's the real question. Let's all you can't see it? It should be, yeah. Can't see the vid? What are you guys seeing? Are you seeing, what screen are you seeing? You guys should be seeing my screen, right? Are you seeing the Twitter screen? Or are you seeing the chat? Everybody's saying, with all due respect, Game Pass sucks ass. Okay, you got Twitter. Okay, good. I thought you were seeing the wrong screen. Let me ask you guys a question. And this is for the Xbox guys. You know, if you're in the cut, if you're in the cut, listening right now. I'm not sharing my screen no more. Listen, when it comes to the actual acquisition, ain't nobody know what the fuck. Excuse my language. Ain't nobody know if this deal's legal, illegal. We all make an assumption. Whatever. What I want to focus more on is the opinion on whether or not Sony is preventing Microsoft from competing in gaming. Let me start out with a question to everybody. Type 1 if you feel Sony is preventing Microsoft from competing in gaming, or type 2 if you think that's bullshit. Microsoft has everything they need to compete. So type 1, Microsoft's being prevented from competing. Type 2, Microsoft has more than enough to compete. I want to judge the pulse. So far we see 2. So everybody's agreeing so far that Microsoft's in a position to have more than enough to compete. 2. Let's see. 2. Yup. So I'm there with you guys. All right. My man .com says 0, meaning they have no games. Okay. Not broke Sony. Not broke Sony. Not allowing $1 trillion Xbox to compete. The brokest of the brokest. Just Wait says 69 because he just wants to have a Trisney, no matter what happens. One, Sony's paying developers to not release games on Xbox. Anti-consumer. So I think we all generally agree Xbox has more than enough to compete, right? Regardless whether they get ABK or not. And here's the facts and reality. Over the last couple of years, Microsoft has acquired multiple studios. They acquired Ninja Theory. They acquired Compulsion Games. They acquired Playground. They acquired Obsidian. And then they made a huge... They already made a huge publisher acquisition. Not as big as Activision, but big enough, which is Bethesda. And within Bethesda, that came like with 8 or 9 developers under the ZeniMax deal. And the acquisition of multiple major franchises. They now own Doom. They now own Quake. They now own Evil Within. They now own Prey. Elder Scrolls, one of the biggest Western RPGs. Fallout, along with Fallout Online, Elder Scrolls Online, or Fallout 76, Elder Scrolls Online. They took over, obviously, the Doom franchise, the Wolfenstein franchise. The new IPs like Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo, if they make sequels to those will now be exclusive to Xbox, right? I mean, think about it. Xbox now has Master Chief and Doom Guy. That alone is like huge, right? With the acquisition of Bethesda, it put Xbox as a first party who currently owns more first party developers than Nintendo and more first party developers than PlayStation. Then on top of that, they have acquired a lot of franchises that they now own that were traditionally multiplats. Now they're going to be exclusives. So again, like I said, Doom, Wolfenstein, any new IPs from those same studios, Deathloop sequels, Ghostwire sequels, Evil Within, Prey, Elder Scrolls, especially Elder Scrolls is huge. Starfield is coming up. Redfall, a new IP that's theirs, So they now got a whole bunch of franchises and new titles. More developers than Sony, more developers than Nintendo. Now, let me add some more things. On top of that, the stuff they already had 343, which they need to fix. They already have Coalition. They need to get them better. They have Rare. They need to, I don't know if they're just going to stay stuck on Sea of Thieves, but they got Rare. They got Mohang, Minecraft, probably their biggest IP that they currently own, right? But let's go beyond that. Let's talk about resources. Obviously, they're a $2 trillion company, so they got a trash ton of money, right? But people forget Microsoft also acquired resources that the gaming industry uses, and they're the owners of it. Let's not forget, Microsoft owns Havok. The Havok physics engine is theirs. So if Sony wants to use Havok, Nintendo, third party, you got to license it from Microsoft. Microsoft also owned and bought out other things that third party and Sony uses for their online, when it comes to games. PlayFab and Simply Gone. Those two things was bought out by Microsoft. So any company that wants to use that as part of the gaming experience, you have to license it from Microsoft. And Sony has. Anytime you see a PlayStation first party game and you look at the credits of stuff that they use and you see Havok, Simply Gone, or PlayFab, they paid Microsoft licensing fee. So people forgot about that, DX is probably one of the number one stuff used on PC to make PC games, DirectX. That's Microsoft, right? So Microsoft resources is incredible. Havok, Simply Gone, PlayFab, DirectX, and then the studios that they own, they have more right now. With the moves they made over the last 4 or 5 years, they have more capabilities, they have more developers, they have more money, they have more resources than Nintendo or Sony. So, at this point, there is no reason why they can't have immense success. They got more than the other two first-party platformers or companies. More than Nintendo, more than PlayStation. They got it. They got more developers, more resources, more money. There is no reason, absolute zero reason, Microsoft should feel they don't have the tools or what it takes to not only be competitive, but they technically could make moves to dominate if they make right decisions and right moves, right? But yet, this ABK deal has people feeling Microsoft can't compete. They're already, technically, in terms of resources and capabilities, ahead of Sony and Nintendo. Stuart Stokes. Y'all need to have intervention for posts of saying he doesn't have time to play games between 50 times a day and hyping 6-hour court case dates. Bro, that shit's more entertaining than Xbox. I mean, can you blame him, bro? You want him to spend time playing games on Xbox? The court case is more entertaining. You know? Court case or play on Xbox? Let me boot up MSNBC. You know what I'm saying? You know what I noticed, man? A lot of these dudes, they only play Xbox, man. Xbox is like the perfect console for non-gamers to say this is the console for gamers. You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it, but that's, you know what I'm saying? Oh, man. Listen, Xbox, right now, if this ABK deal, listen, if this ABK deal does not go through, everything will absolutely be fine. Perfectly fine in the gaming industry, except for one group. Only one group will feel the pain, and that's the gamers that subscribe to Game Pass, and they don't want to buy games. Any company, any developer, any publisher that Microsoft can buy is an automatic win, because that equals I don't gotta buy their games no more. I will get all their games as part of Game Pass, and that's really the issue. On the flip side, if the deal goes through, the only gamers that will be impacted are PlayStation gamers. Those games, depending on what they are, you know, Microsoft advertises Call of Duty will stay. So let's say all Call of Duty stay, then at least the Call of Duty games will be fine. But every other Activision game won't be on PlayStation. Because notice, Microsoft is only promising Call of Duty to forever be on PlayStation. And from what I was told, you know, just simply saying it's going to stay on PlayStation isn't binding. There has to be contracts or whatever, but whatever. But let's say if Microsoft is honest with that and Call of Duty will be forever on PlayStation, they didn't mention anything else about Activision. Not that most, it depends, you know. So you're talking Overwatch, right? Diablo, who knows? And stuff like that, right? It is what it is, right? So those are really the only two people that will really be impacted, right? One way or another, for me, it doesn't really matter. You know, like I said, I always say, if you have multiple platforms, and I know not everybody can afford multiple platforms or whatever, but if you do have multiple platforms, you'll be able to play whatever you want, whenever you want, and all this will be whatever, you know? Now, I cannot tell you the bigger picture of what an acquisition like this will do for the industry. I honestly cannot even pretend to know from a strategic business level what would happen. I have no idea. I have no idea if this will cause problems. I honestly don't. I honestly don't know at all. Right? But I will say this. If you notice or you see me now, I'm not pretending that I do. Man, these trade regulation laws, finance laws, and mergers, these shits are done by people with master's degrees and doctorates, man. You're talking, and sure, they could get it wrong, but at least they went through the education, have some experience, you know, even a doctor sometimes make a wrong, you know, what's the word? Diagnosis. But that doesn't mean you're better at the job than a doctor. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody's perfect. And sometimes people make bad decisions. Even lawyers lost cases, right? But they're still trained lawyers. That doesn't mean you're all of a sudden a better lawyer than a well-trained, professionally trained lawyer, right? Just stop, bro. You know? But let's get to the next segment. I want to end off the show with this. I'm going to share my screen one last time. And we're going to look at this article right here. Right? This is Games Radar. Just showing upcoming games for 2023. Let's talk about some games. Let's talk about some upcoming games. You know, enjoy the ride with me. Let me know what you see from the list that's interesting to you. I'll let you know what piques my interest. And the first game on the list is this One Piece Odyssey from Bandai Namco. I never watched the anime or even cared to, but apparently this is an upcoming RPG from Bandai Namco Entertainment. You know, blurring the world of One Piece together with tactical turn-based combat. Who's into One Piece? You guys into One Piece? I'm gonna be honest, man. I'm never really. I've watched anime years ago, like Fist of the North Star, Akira, whatever, but I never got into the most current anime programs, so I'm not well versed in any of that. But anybody interested in that? Not really me. Next one is Forspoken. I did not play the demo. I've seen some people were not happy with the demo. Even Square Enix came out saying that the demo is not representative of the final game. That's why I avoid demos. This I will get. Because the one thing that attracted me is the combat. The combat just looks great. Hopefully, the rest of the game is good. But I am interested in Forspoken. To watch Death Note. The Netflix series? Nah, I know. I've seen so many people that hate the Death Note on Netflix. I can only imagine how bad they butchered it up. Dead Space remake. Come on now. This is it, bro. This is gonna be a good one. I'm really looking forward to this. Let's see what else is up in here. Season. I have no idea what this is. Channeling almost Ghibli-esque vibe. Season is a game about riding around on a bicycle and discovering the world for the first time. You play as a young woman who lived in a secluded community, but for some reason is not able to explore, take photos, and make new memories. I don't know. Hogwarts, yes. Hogwarts. This will be my first Harry Potter game that I buy. It's not really Harry Potter, but based on his world. But this looks good, man. Do y'all agree? I mean, I love so far what I've seen from this. This looks amazing. Wild Hearts. So this is, I think, EA. This is from EA. Yeah, I think this is their attempt at a Monster Hunter type game. It looks good, but I don't want to invest in these type of games. Like a Dragon Ishin. This looks good. The only thing is, man, I need to finish all my Yakuza. Like, my next game, the next Yakuza I have to play is Yakuza 3. That's next on my list, and I'll be playing that soon. But this looks good. But I will eventually catch up to this, because I'm playing all of them. I love the Yakuza series. I just can't play it back to back to back. You know what I'm saying? I can't play it back to back to back. You're not even playing as Kiryu. You're not? But I mean, I guess. But I can't play the games back to back to back, right? Because I do enjoy it and I invest all my time. But once I'm done playing it, I gotta play something else. Switch it up and then go back to Yakuza. But I will be playing that. Atomic Heart. What is this? Munfish. What is this? Horror fans should rejoice to hear that Munfish is bringing back Atomic Heart to next-gen consoles. The wild-looking sci-fi horror game only reveals its grotesque head every so often, but when it does, the world collected gas and shock and intrigue. Anybody heard of this? Atomic Heart? It sounds familiar. I never played it. Skull and Bones. Yo, how old was this? How long ago was this game announced, bro? This is from Ubisoft. But But I'm going to tell you, man. I don't know. I'm not sure about pirate games, bro. I did not like Black Flag. Assassin's Creed. I did not like it. No, sir. No, sir. I did not like it. Not for me. No, sir. How many people we got up in here? Got 140 viewers. Hey, hit the like button. Some of you, if you already celebrated your New Year's around the world, wishing you a happy New Year. Jedi Warriors. I'm looking forward to this. Now, I do say I do have one gripe with the first Jedi, right? It didn't feel like the combat didn't feel like a Star Wars combat game. Even though you had the lightsabers and all that, it felt slow to me. Anybody played the first Star Wars Jedi? The first one? Fallen Order? Who played Fallen Order here? Any of y'all play Fallen Order? You know what I mean? Game was good. But because it's a very Dark Souls-ish type game, the combat... And I beat it. It was a good game. It's a good game. I'm not going to lie. Overall, it is a good game. I just, because I do enjoy Star Wars games. I played a lot of, it was Sekiro but Star Wars. There you go. That's a better explanation. There you go. It was a very Sekiro-ish. That's even a better explanation. The combat was very Sekiro-like. Maybe not that hard, but that's probably where they got the influence. Good one, Carol. That's a good one. And because of that, that to me takes away what a Jedi is. Because, if you play other Jedi games that are action-based, they're fast. The combat's fast. It's very fluid. They're very fast. I mean, even for the movies, they're very fast-paced. You're playing as a Jedi with Padawan level training, though. Probably should be a bit more restrained overall. Yeah, but even the Padawan guys. I mean, hell, look at Episode 3 of Star Wars, with Anakin when he was a Padawan. He was still pretty movable and fluid. You know what I mean? Now, granted, he's ahead of the curve because he's, who he is, but it just the explanation is Sekiro. That's probably the best. It's Sekiro with a damn lightsaber. I just wish the combat was a little bit more fast-paced, akin to what Jedis and Sith are. But overall, it was a great game, man. I did like it. Resident Evil 4 Remake. Alright, I'll give you, I ain't gonna say real Jedi, because I didn't say he was a fake Jedi. But I'll give you an example. Even though the games are probably dated now. God, what's the Star Wars? The one with Kyle Katarn. Or even Force Unleashed. You ever played those Star Wars Force Unleashed? Woo! Go ahead and... Woo! You know what I'm saying? You remember that one? Chris, you remember those? Jedi Knight series. Boom. With Kyle Katarn. Force Unleashed. This is crazy. Now granted, I understand at a certain point those guys become yeah. So I was just about to say that, Danny. I understand, like Force Unleashed, the dudes were stupid overpowered. I get it. Like the dude was like holding a whole ship with his power, right? I get it. But like a fine balance between still the essence of how Jedis and Sith fight, more speedy and stuff like that, I get it though, but yeah, like Force Unleashed, the dude was crazy OP. But it was awesome games though. We'll see. A Resident Evil 4 remake. Listen, man, Resident Evil 4 is probably one of the greatest games of all time. But I don't know if I'm gonna cop this unless, let me see. Resident Evil 4 is getting a remake and it's already got a release date. It's set to be a reimagining of the original game rather than a like-for-like remake. Okay, a reimagining. I could mess with that. According to Capcom, the developer is reimagining the storyline of the game while keeping the essence of its direction, modernizing graphics, and updating the controller to a modern standard. For Notorious so far, if it's a reimagining and it's not a like for like, I'll say this. If you play RE2 remake, they're reimagining. Man, that's true. I mean, I did like Resident Evil 2 remake. I did like it. I really liked it. It was really good. I didn't like RE3. RE4 remake or Dead Space remake? If you can only choose one. Dead Space remake. Dead Space remake. That's easy. Dead Space remake. I mean, we played Dead Space on the PS3. Did they do anything on the PS4? I don't think they did anything on the PS4. I'll take Dead Space remake. I'll take Dead Space remake. Because I think they even did a remaster of RE4 on the PS4, didn't they? Dead Island 2. I beat the first one. Not really interested in Dead Island 2. Star Trek Resurgence. So I guess Dramatic Labs is the new studio made up of former members of Telltale Games. Listen, I enjoy Telltale Games, man. Who enjoyed Telltale Games? I enjoyed The Walking Dead, Game of Thrones. I enjoyed the Batman. God, I wish Telltale would have survived. You know what was the problem? I'm going to tell you what was their problem. Their problem was they went with the episodic method of releasing their games, and that doesn't work. Let me tell you something. To the industry, don't do episodics. Episodics just don't work, right? If you looked at all those episodic games, they would release episode 1, and then a few weeks later, episode 2, then 3 and 4, whatever. And they will sell each episode for like $15, $20, whatever, or $10, whatever, right? The problem is, everybody who bought episode 1, majority of those who bought episode 1 will not buy episode 2, and so on. And that's it. You already lost the economy. You're already in a negative game, right? So what ends up happening is, the group that went out and bought episode 1, a lot are not going to buy episode 2. The group that did decide to buy episode 2, they don't buy episode 3, and they just keep going downhill. And by the time you get to the episode 5, you have a fraction of the people who actually bought the first one. What they should have done was make it as episodic, like the way it is, but release it all in one shot for $60. Because if you notice, most games, people buy it, but you see over time, you can see from trophies, they'll beat level 1, but then they won't beat level 2. Or those that beat level 1 and level 2 won't beat level 3. Or those that beat, you see a decline, right? And that's how it is, man. It's just a shame. I really enjoyed this. But apparently the studio is doing the same thing with Star Trek Resurgence. It's a third-person, choice-driven adventure. You'll play as 2 characters. I might look at that. This hurts my soul. Like, I'm looking at this, I'm in pain, bro. Yes, Batman is the bad guy. I'm in pain here. Like, you make Batman the bad guy, and you have the nerve, the audacity for me to play as Captain Boomerang. The scrotum sack Rocksteady has right now in doing this decision. No, hey, I love Dark Metal series. You know, the Batman Who Laughs. Yo, incredible series, bro. There's some incredible storylines, but that's just storylines. You know, Red Death, bruh. Incredible. Dark Metal series. I'm going to buy the actual whole book on that. Incredible. But this is a video game where you can project that you're Batman and save the day. But no. You're not going to play the role as Batman. You're not even going to play the role as Flash or Green Lantern. You're going to be Captain Boomerang. Because you know that's what we all have been clamoring for. Who? Sergeant really put up boomerangs on the chat. Yo, that's just crazy. Who mans is this? Like, yo, I gotta see Rocksteady, like, leak online all your fan mail letters. Because I want to see the fans that actually asked for this. Who asked to play as King Shark? Like, if all of us were to get online and play each other, you know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna go play as whatchamacallit. You know what I'm saying? If all of us were to play online, I'm just picking Deadshot. And even then, he's a goddamn weak character. Who are you guys picking? You're gonna play Harley Quinn and swing around a bat? Yeah, you're gonna kill Batman with a baseball bat? Sure, I'm pretty sure this time around it'll work. Let's combine the four mightiest forces of people who lose all the goddamn time and give them their own video game. I could maybe understand if it was the Joker, Lex Luthor, Darkseid, but Captain Boomerang. Maybe Bizarro. Doomsday. Get some shit that people could be like, yo, I'm playing as Doomsday. I'm about to wreck shit. Nah, son. You're Captain Boomerang. Your skill is the masterful expert art of throwing boomerangs. This is a skip, bro. This is a skip. Street Fighter 6. Pre-order. This is a pre-order. We know. This is a pre-order. Not said. I will not tolerate any slander. So don't even. I will not tolerate. Diablo 4. I enjoyed Diablo. It's pretty good. Alright. Flintlock. Siege of Dawn. I don't really know much about this game. It's RPG. Ashen developer. Axe playing firearms at range. Oh, it's a third-person adventure. Alright. Final Fantasy 16. It's a cop. Pre-order. No diggity. Now these are, I guess, potential 2023 games. Assassin's Creed Mirage. I'm really wore out about it. I mean, I play them, but I don't get hyped on Assassin's Creed. It is whatever. Atlas Fallen. What is this about? Deck 13. It says Atlas Fallen is a new fantasy action RPG, semi-open world that was first revealed at Gamescom. Cinematic trailer showing off sand-covered world. I mean, I'll look at it. I mean, I like RPGs. Pre-order. This is a cop. Come on now. No slander. Slanders will not be accepted on the timeline. Don't do it in the chat. Everywhere. The hell is this? Everywhere is a new upcoming multi-world game first revealed at Gamescom by Bill the Rocket Boy with former Rockstar president Leslie Benzie. What is this about? Everywhere? This sounds like nowhere for me. Disney Dreamlight Valley. Yeah, that's a day one on Game Pass. Let's just skip it. That's good for Game Pass. Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. Wow. Yeah, put that on Game Pass, day one. Alien Dark Descent, but this is a strategy game, so I'm probably not going to deal with it. I just don't have time for strategy games. Not saying that they're bad genres. I just don't want to invest in trying to get good on a strategy game. Layers of Fears, so I guess this is like a remake or remaster or update and enhance. I guess also includes Layers of Fear 2. It's all enhanced. You ever play those games? Layers of Fear? I think I own it. PlayStation has the marketing deal for Avatar? Oh my god. Why? Spider-Man 2. Yo, Insomniac. Chef's kiss. Yo, Insomniac is the GOAT, boy. You know. I remember seeing this, Pragmata. It's by Capcom. I'm going to look out for this. This looks interesting. And Tachia. And Alan Wake 2. Now, Alan Wake 2. The first Alan Wake I did not like. I did not like the first Alan Wake. I did not like a game where you're fighting flying cups. And the way to destroy them is by a flashlight and a gun. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? I'm fighting dishes and weird shit. So, I didn't like it. Then Quantum Break came out. Didn't really like it too much, but it was better than Alan Wake. But then, to me, Control is when, Remedy really stepped up their game. I used to like Remedy when they had Max Payne, obviously. That was amazing games. But I didn't really like Alan Wake, the first one, and Quantum Break. But Control was good. I think Control is where they're really getting their shit together. And the fact that Control is in the same universe now as Alan Wake, I found that amazing. If you guys don't know, if you play the Control DLCs, Alan Wake and Control is the same universe. So I am looking forward to Alan Wake 2 to see if they're going to take it a step further. Goodbye Volcano High. Remember, I think I saw this on the State of Play. Yeah. Open Road. I mean, I like these story games, but it is Little Devil Inside. Yeah. Forever Skies. What is this? New studio Far From Home is coming out swinging out the gates with an ambitious project that depicts a world devastated by climate change after humanity's inaction. Players descend into a non-binary hostile Earth inside an advanced Zeppelin. There will be light combat, but it's mostly about surviving through resource management, crafting, puzzle solving. Nah. And then these are the 2024 games, but you know what? I'm going to leave those alone. Crash Team Rumble. These are 2024. These are conversations for another day. 2024. Yeah, so we'll leave those alone. You know what I'm saying? Right now, guaranteed, Forspoken, Final Fantasy 16, Final Fantasy 7, Spider-Man. Whoo! I think 2023 is going to be a great year for gaming across the board. I'm still looking to see how Starfield turns out. Redfall, I don't really care much. 2023 is going to bang. 2023 is going to bang. It's going to be a great year. Can't wait to see what's coming. But with that, hey man, I want to tell everybody. Zelda, yeah, Zelda. Sorry, completely forgot. You right. Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. Why those lists keep skipping Grand Blue Fantasy Relink? I know my boy Jay Barry posted a new trailer. Forbidden West DLC, PSVR 2. Starfield's only 30 FPS. Man, Kratos, stop. Listen, I know I'm not saying you wrong, because you're not wrong, Kratos. It is, chances are it's 30 FPS. I just hope Bethesda's smart enough to add a performance option. Just give us the performance option. If they don't give that game on console the performance option, it's a fat L. It is a fat L. Fat L. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, for PC is irrelevant. So, the PC gamers will play Starfield at whatever frames they want. But on console, you talking L. L to the L. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, hey, I want to say shout out to Alfonso Carter. Shout out to you. Thank you for joining the 60 Frames No Like family. 2023 is gonna be a banger. My boy Jimmy Harrison, Stuart Stokes. I hope you guys enjoyed your Christmas. I want to say Happy New Year. Some of y'all about to celebrate New Year's. Already celebrate New Year's. If you're in England, overseas, and you already celebrate your New Year's, I want to say Happy New Year to you guys. For that guys that are waiting for the ball to drop soon, Happy New Year's to you. I'm out here in the West Coast. So it's 6 p.m. for me. So we got 6 more hours. But, I think it's time to, I'm going to check on the family, check on the food, and then, boot up the PS5, And with that, chat, on your way out, please hit the like button I wish you all a safe and happy New Year's. If you are planning to hang out, or you know friends and family that are hanging out and they're going to drink, they're going to hit the bottle, get some shots in, drink a little bit of that Henny, some scotch, whatever's your preferred beverage, do not drive. You have the Uber app on your phone. You have Lyft. You have all these assortments of apps and driving apps. Take that app. Let them drive you. Enjoy your holiday. Be around. Don't make a decision that will impact your life and impact the life of other people's. You don't want 2022 to end wrong. And you definitely don't want 2023 to start off wrong. Just take Lyft. Just take Uber. It's literally so easy now to go where you want to go, man. All right? Take care of you. And if you're not driving anywhere, you're staying home, check up on your friends. Check out on your best friend. Check on your cousin. Check on your brother. Check on your sister. If they're going out, make sure they're safe. Make sure, they don't make a stupid decision. Check up on them. Trust me. Your brother, your siblings are going out. You don't want to go out. They're partying it up. When it hits midnight, call them. Say, hey, Happy New Year. Hey, you okay? You've been drinking. And they'll be like, yeah, but, it's only been a few drinks. Ask them, did you drive there? If they tell you, yeah, I drove here. How you plan to go home? I'll be fine driving. Nah, take care of them, man. Tell them, no. Don't drive. I'll pick you up. And we'll pick up your car another day, the next day. Trust me, that decision is much better than allowing them to potentially take a risk. And then you'll be living with regret with shoulda, woulda, coulda. Take care of your friends and family, man. Sometimes they're having too much fun. Their critical thinking to take care of themselves and protect themselves is not there, right? So if you dry and you're staying sober, take care of those around you that you love, right? Believe me, it'll be one of the best decisions you make. With that, I wish you all happy and safe holiday, New Year's. We're going to get it, 2023. Let's get in these games, You guys are good. Love you guys, man. Truly appreciate it. Thank you so much for reviving my channel in 2022. The channel growth was great, and I'm so glad that I was able to provide the entertainment that you guys enjoy. So you guys take care, stay safe, and then we got this McBall sniff trolling in the chat. It's too late, dog. It's too late. We shutting this shit down. You came too late. Alright? You better ask Phil Spencer to get you some goddamn games. Alright? Get some goddamn games, McSniff. Alright? Goddamn Aaron Greenberg. Every goddamn year, he's excited for the games that's coming. Every goddamn year. There's not one year homeboy doesn't say Xbox gonna have an amazing year. Yo, that dude's crazy. Call you on the West Coast? Yeah, West Coast the best coast, bro. Yo, I'm gonna say before I leave, I will say this, man. West Coast is absolutely the best coast if you're a sports fan. You know what that is? You get to watch games, football games, baseball games, whatever. And when the games are over, it's still like 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock. And the East Coast is like midnight when these games are over, bro. For real. Like, you just go immediately to sleep. You can watch the Super Bowl. And when you're done watching the Super Bowl, you can, just go out to eat. Yo, it's incredible, bro. It's incredible, man. I love watching sports in the West Coast because you still have the whole day to enjoy. Sports in the East Coast takes up your whole time, bro. By the time you're done watching whatever you want to watch, it's time to go to bed. It's over. Here, I could watch my Giants, and once the Giants are done playing, I could play hours of video games. Carter, let them know, bro. But anyway, you guys take care. Stay blessed. Love you guys. We will see you Tuesday. 60 frames, no lag. Podcast. We're coming back with the crew, right? Am I coming back with the crew? Tuesday the 3rd. Yeah. We coming back. 60 frames. We're going to find out how everybody is. My man said homeless encampments on the streets. Anyway, I'm done. You McSniff, you're done. You're done talking. We out of here. Hit the like button. Take care. Enjoy your New Year's Day. Peace.